I am Max Fontaine, I'm 25 and I'm the founder and CEO of Bôndy, which is a social enterprise who acts in reforestation in Madagascar. Reforestation is the restocking of existing forests or woodlands. Why is it so important in Madagascar? First of all, in the environment. Forests are the heart of the circle of life. It is where all the biodiversity is stocked. It also regulates rain, it cleans the water, it helps the soil fertility. First of all, Bôndy is a social enterprise, and we all know that in Africa, most of actors who plant trees are NGOs or associations. We choose to be a social enterprise to have more impact in the long run. One thing that makes our model unique is that we put the local population at the heart of our project. We analyze their needs, we work with them from the start of the project until the follow-up and the end of the project, which is almost 5 years after the tree planting. Another thing that makes our model special, I'd say, is that we mobilize the Malagasy youth. In the last planting season, we had more than 1,800 people who went with us to plant trees. So it really showed us how the Malagasy youth is really concerned about the climate change issues, and they are ready to act concretely on the field. First of all, I'd say that the main benefits we create, the main value we create, is that we create jobs. We also allow companies to invest in impactful and on the long run reforestation projects. We in Bôndy believe that profitable is equal to sustainable. If our partners, when I talk about partners, I talk about the local farmers, if the project is not profitable for them, it won't be sustainable. So we help them creating value chains, for instance, by transforming the project they are harvesting. We help them not to sell directly the fruits raw, but to transform them so they are going longer in the value chain. Then we plant resilient plots, which means that even these plots are able, to have cyclones or floods or drought, because we combine different species. We plant at least, I'd say, 10 or 15 different species in every plot. We have, to incentivize the local farmers. How? By, for instance, importing less food and encourage people here to produce more food locally. The second one is to incentivize private sector to be more and more involved in CSR projects, because the private sector has a big role to play in the fight against the climate change, and the local authorities have to make the private sector more involved in it. I'd say that the first one is resilience, because we faced a lot of challenges. It could have been with the local authorities, with partners, with farmers and stuff. But every time you fail, you have to get back on your feet and move on again, And it's really, really hard sometimes, but you have to do it. You have to remember the vision and why you do it. How you can also do it is by having a good team. You have to work with people that are smarter than you, with people that share the same values than you. So when will come the difficult times, as a core, as one, you will face it together. Find the right problem to solve. One friend of mine once told me, and I find it really interesting, that you have to fall in love with the problem, not the solutions. Because if you do not know what you are fighting and what you are trying to resolve, once the difficulties will come, you will give up, So you have to have that vision of what you want to do in the long run. It's okay to start small and then to scale, because most people think that entrepreneurship is to, from the start, achieve big things in the short run, but prove your model and then scale it.